Okay, this is part 2 of my story. Um, okay, so I was diagnosed with having a stage 2 breast cancer, and so the oncologist said that the best, it's 1.5 centimeters, apparently, my cancer. And then, so what she said was that we're going to have a lumpectomy, we're going to have to remove it. Then after that, you're going to have chemotherapy for 4 months, 6 cycles, which is 1 chemo every 3 weeks. And then after that, I have a little rest. And then I go on a radiotherapy for 15 cycles every day. I have to go to the hospital and have my radiotherapy 15 cycles, yeah? And then after that, I have to take tamoxifen for 5 years. 5 years, yeah? Just to be alive. So I said, okay, let's go, let's do it. And then, but before that, they said, okay, so they took it, yeah. And then they said they were not happy because they said they need to remove more so that there's a clear margin. So that, and then they took some of my lymph nodes as well, yeah, the lymph nodes, just to check if the cancer has not spread. And then, and unfortunately, out of the 14 lymph nodes they took from me, no, 14, 3 were positive cancer. Yeah. So there you go. So actually the cancer already went up to my lymph nodes. Yeah. So I was like a nervous wreck and said, oh. But then at the same time, there was just inside me, deep inside me, there was a total resignation, total acceptance. Yeah. And I said, Lord, may your will be done. I am all yours. Do with me whatever you will. Lord, you know, I still want to be alive because I love my husband so much, love my daughter. I want to be with them for a few years, but it's all right, Lord. If really you want me to take me now, then what can I do? I am nothing. I am all yours, Lord. So there was just an acceptance. And after that acceptance, I had a total release. I still have the fears, of course, but it was just like, yes, that's it. Yeah, accepted it. And then after I had my chemo, the chemo was awful. It was just horrendous. All the side effects. I lost my hair. Now my hair is growing now. And it was just, and even when I had the chemo, I was still cycling to work. It was just, they could not believe me in the office that, you know, I had my surgery, and then after that, the following day, I still went to work. I cycled to work. It takes 30 minutes uphill, like that. And then I still cycled to the hospital, which is about 20 minutes cycle. You know, I was just, and then I was just, one time I was even like, really, what's wrong? Because we live in the first floor, and after the surgery, and I had a bike, I have to take it up. So after the surgery, unbeknown to my husband, I carried my bike all the way to the first floor, forgetting that I just had a major surgery. My breast was just open up, you know, and all that. But I don't know, so I was just, I accepted it. The pain was awful and all this, but I was so tired. I could hardly walk. I was vomiting. I had rashes. I felt, it's just pain hit, and now, you know, but I said, okay, that's fine. Yeah. And then, so after that, after my radio, I went back for another scan, MRI scan, just to check. And then luckily, by God's grace, thanks be to God, the doctor said, I am all clear, that the cancer has not spread. So now I am happy, you know, I am healed. I am no longer depressed. I am very happy. I live here in South Africa, which is the most beautiful country. I just love it here. I have my church, which is 3 minutes walk, and I attend mass every day. I pray every day. Life is so good, sunshine. I am just okay. I'm well now. I'm really well in mind, body, and I just like depression. The cancer is just like history. It's the past. Yeah. So now I just thank God. I thank the Lord every day, every minute that I am alive, and I say, Lord, may your will be done, Lord. Yeah. And who knows? Yeah, I am well at the moment, but it's all up to Him. Yeah. And if so, that's it. So if at the moment he wants me to be here on earth, so that's fine, and I'm so happy and thankful to God. But you never, it's we are totally helpless. We are nothing. you know any minute he can just take us. Any minute he can just say, okay, I'll give the cancer back to you and all this. But I know that God is a good and loving God. He will never test us beyond our strength. Yeah, as long as you are faithful to Him, you follow His commandments, you love Him, you love your neighbors, you help others. The best thing really is that when you pray, you do not only pray for yourself. So when if you have an ailment, an illness now, and you say, Lord, heal me, Lord, do not say that. That is not the way to do it. You say, Lord, I ask for healing if it is according to your will. I am suffering, for example, I'm suffering from cancer now. I'm asking for your healing, Lord. But also, in the almighty, holy mighty name, but also I asking you, Lord, to heal all the cancer sufferers, all those who are suffering at this very moment, that as you pour your healing grace on me, that it may also reach everyone. You don't only pray for yourself. The Lord, God does not want that. That is not the right way of praying. When you pray for others. Yeah? And always you say, if this is according to your will, Lord, heal me. If it is according to your will and by your holy mighty name, but also, Lord, have pity on all who are suffering. I hope this is I hope is something. I don't know. I'm getting soft. I don't know what to say now, but I hope it's enlighten you a bit. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Bye. Okay. Greetings from South Africa, the most beautiful country in the world. Yes, I love the South Africans. They are superb. Thank you. Bye, and may God bless you all.